Alright guys, it's Shalom with the Paradox Gaming Network, and I am sorry that I haven't been putting out content. A couple of things in the real world came up, preventing me from making any content. I am able to make YouTube content now as long as it is not monetized. I'm not able to stream yet. I am trying to get that resolved so I can get back to Twitch, be doing live shows. Until then, I want to go over a couple of common questions. I keep seeing things in Nation Chat. I am on Kalen East. I didn't get to join my guild on Win. Win got locked before I could get there. I'm going to talk about a couple of tips and tricks, and then I'm going to give some subjective feedback about this whole launch process. And I got a couple of unpopular things to say, but I feel they need to be said. So let's jump right in. And some common questions I keep seeing over and over. More character slots. You can't get them yet. It's capped at 2 for launch. There are reasons behind this. Once launch is over, the initial land settles out, yes, you will be able to get more character expansion slots. If you're looking for bag space, these are only found in the Diligence shop. And I know a lot of people are having problems with their ARC passes. I'm going to talk about that. But you get expansion scrolls with Diligence coins. I know a lot of people are still having problems with labor regen. First and foremost, you have to claim your pack on Glyph. What you do is you go to Glyph, and there should be, and I don't have an image of this, I do apologize, but there should be a pack, but instead of there being a dollar amount, it should just be 0. You want to claim that first and apply that to a character. And if that doesn't start your labor regen, what you want to do is go into the credit store and buy the 1 credit bound hereafter stone. And that will be a transaction against the store, and that should start the kickover for the email to come to, for the mail to come to you, the in-game mail. You will have to go to an in-game mailbox and claim your pack. Now, people have been asking, what is the AFK timer? Officially, it's 30 minutes. I believe it is 29 minutes and 50 seconds, and then it starts the 10-second return to server select screen. There are some people that are doing things to get around the AFK timer. I'm going to advise you not do these things. I'm not going to tell you what they are. Just remember that Krillin did say big things, big infractions are going to be bans. I keep hearing people talking about the infusions. How can I re-roll my gear? What do I do with my gear? I am going to try to put a video together on that, but I will have to do that on an alt. That won't come until after Land Rush. I'm going to talk to you about what not to do in the tips and tricks, because yes, you can re-roll your gear if you decided you don't want the initial gear that you picked. Can I fix my sound errors? A lot of people are saying that they're getting sound errors, they can't fix them, and then they don't have any sound. They don't want to go back through the queue. What I suggest you do is the next time you're on, lower your sound quality to low. This is going to make no difference in the actual sound quality in the game. I haven't been able to tell a difference. Nobody I've asked has been able to tell a difference. But it stops sound from cutting out. There is also playing in borderless windowed instead of full screen. That is helping people, especially people who need to alt-tab a lot. You can try those things. If you're still having problems, let me know. I will try to find another solution. I just don't think a good one is there. Now, some tips and tricks. I talked about the ARC Pass. I know a lot of people are angry about this. Do not do all of your attempts for the day. If you do, you'll have to rebuy the quests. And Krillin said this was intended, but I'm going to say this is a horrible design decision. So what I'm talking about is right up here where you have attempts, 0 of 17. My first day, I was fine. I didn't get all my quests done. Yesterday, I accidentally did my 17th one, and now I have to spend 15 Gilda Stars to re-unlock these. Well, going into Land Rush, that's not going to happen. Like I said, Krillin said this was intended when he asked XL, but even if this is a game design decision, this is a horrible game design decision. Now, when it comes to Land Rush, here is all of your times, subject to change, of course. With that said, you're kind of at a big advantage if you're on Gilderon or Runer, because you're going to have over a full week. You will get 300 Gilda Stars in that over full week, without a doubt. Tinnerfet and Kalen, we probably can get 300 Gilda Stars if you started early. The other 6 servers, I don't think you're going to have 300 by Saturday. You may, but that's going to change how you approach the Land Rush if you were trying to get a thatched farmhouse. I will say on the Land Rush day, find your spot before the lockout ends and be standing there at lockout end time. Big one that a lot of people try to do is they try to get cheesy with their computer times. Make sure your computer time is automatically updated in Windows. You will have errors if it's not accurate. You can't move your clock ahead early in order to try to drop land before everybody else because it'll be based on the server time. But if your computer clock isn't set to the right time, it's also not going to allow you to drop land. I don't know if this has been fixed, but it was like this in the last two land rushes or evolutions. We found people with computer time errors had problems dropping land, so make sure that's updated. You cannot make tax certs until somebody has a property down. Yes, you can use other people's 8x8 farms, or at least you could on the test version. Obviously, anything can change in a different build. And taxes will increase after 3 properties. So when you're looking at the design and it says how many tax certs for the deposit and all that, it will change after 3. Now, I want to remind you, you can only have 2 unbuilt properties per account down at the same time. So I would recommend that you drop a farm, a 16 by 16. If you're in a peace zone, have a lumber pack already on your back. Build out that 16 by 16 farm, and then you can drop the other 2 if you have the tax certificates to support. Now, again, I'm going to say that 1 week delay on those 5th servers, land rush is going to be significantly different there. Population may be lower, but the opportunity for land to go faster going to be very, very different. On the gear, if you want to change a piece of Explorer's gear or you want to change out your whole gear set, go to a general merchant, but do not buy an Evanstone. People keep saying an Evanstone, an Evanstone, an Evanstone, and I've seen no less than 50 people in my nation's chat screw this up. Unfortunately, if you screw this up, there's no way to fix it. You want an Adventurer's Evanstone, so do not use an Evanstone. It must be the Adventurer's, and this will give you your stuff back so you can re-level out that gear. Just some other stuff. Get your battle pet as soon as you can. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to pull over the west side. It's Marianople. In the east, it's at Juan's Ranch in Villanelle. So get your battle pet as soon as you can. It is going to help. Check your side quests as you go. Some of these give hereafter stones. Some of these give you the things that you need to consume for achievements. So this is a way to help you get more Gilda stars, get into the achievements thing. I'm going to try to do another video if time allows, but I am in the crunch to get to 50 by Sunday. Now I want to take a break right here, and I'm going to say this is all subjective. From this point forward, this is a little bit of subjective review, but I feel since I can't stream right now, I owe this to you guys. And what this is that I want to give Gamigo a 10 out of 10 for effort, but a negative several million for results. You can clearly tell they're trying, so I don't want to beat up on them today. I go right after game developers and I call out all the stuff they do. But when you start releasing statements like, not our proudest moment, but we're literally going to do whatever we can to resolve issues as fast as possible, that's no prideful boasts. They literally said it's not our proudest moment. I can't beat up a company who's trying. Now, with that said, though, they did drop the ball. This is the 4th release of Archeage in North America and EU. They previously said they would not lock servers, and they ended up locking the servers. Locking the servers was needed and necessary for good health. So I'm not sure why they made that statement weeks ago, but they needed a way to keep guilds together. I already know guilds that have left Archeage because they have people on 3 different servers. They all already claim their packs. You needed one character per account limit until after release. I know a lot of people are doing the nonsense where they make 1 east, 1 west, so it looks like the factions are balanced, and they're not. Servers are once again faction unbalanced, mainly for that reason, and a big guild goes one side, people flock to that side. On Kalen, for example, last night, Shroud joined on the West faction, and no doubt a lot of people his followers will follow him. Well, Kalen was already West heavy, so this is a problem. And this is what kills Archeage every single time they launch. This server becomes the West server, this server becomes the East server. They had the ability to faction lock earlier, to put restrictions in place earlier to generate better server health. Also want to say that Archeage Unchained needed an alpha and a beta period. Things found in the PTS are still there. Now it's better. It is absolutely better than it has been in the past. They did change a lot of things. They saw a lot of things. Crowlin was very vocal with the community, said, yep, got it, sending it, doing it. But it needed more time, especially the Arc Pass. Like I said, horrible game design decision, investment of 15 Guild Stars early on. Some people are getting advantages day after day after day. Some people are not. If it's a bug, if it's a game design decision, it has to be a bug. Why would doing less than your quantity allow you to not have to pay again, but doing your full quantity makes you pay again? So there's something not functioning as intended there. They weren't ready to execute on additional servers like they led us to believe. This is a problem for me because they knew how many packs they pre-sold. They knew what their ideal population was. They should have, they were able, I was gone. I didn't see it in real time. I was in Orlando, but I saw them putting restrictions on win, taking them off, putting them on, taking them off. At that point, they should have realized we got a problem here. They should have delayed launch again, would have been unpopular. No ability to delete characters without waiting in queue. This is horrible. This has been something that's been there for 5 years. They needed to change this. No ability to claim packs on a second character, and I get it. You don't want people getting second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth versions of their pack, but you should be able to delete the character and get the pack back. Because what if you move? You just said we opened up a server to alleviate stress. You don't have the server transfers in place to go from high pop to low pop. So lots of initial problems. And let's not even start the Steam fiasco. It forced different servers with different dates, forced guilds to be fragmented. And this shifting landlock date, it's the third major date change. So number one, the original launch date moved, then the name reservation moved, and now the landlock moved. I don't care. I'm happy on Kalen. I'm happy on the East, but I did have a group of people I wanted to play with. When got locked, I can't get there. So all these date changes, they're gonna hurt Archeage in the long run. Now, I want to take off the -7 several million points here for a second because you give praise where praise is due. Gamigo did an amazing job communicating this time. We are getting answers in almost real time. Not liking them doesn't make them bad answers. Like I told you with Crowlin and the land situation, I posed them a hard question about land exhaustion. I got an answer. I wasn't happy with the answer, but that didn't make it a bad answer. It was very well thought out. It was very articulate. He clearly has a plan for the future. I still don't like it, but I respect the answer. I don't like all the answers we're getting right now from Gamigo, but I respect them because they're answers. We're getting solutions, even if they're not ideal. The one credit solution makes them look kind of like chumps because their system is still broken after 5 years. But at least they did something to move it along. So did they do something about it? Yes or no? Was the solution good? Yes or no? And make sure when you're criticizing, make sure you break your criticism down into those two pieces. Are they at least trying? Yes. Do you like what they're doing? No. And just keep it fair. Now, if I was in charge, I'd reset the whole thing. Wouldn't be the most popular thing today, but long term it would be the best solution. And what I want to give you that to think about is, imagine having tickets, front row tickets to $1,000 show, like a Cirque du Soleil, a Blue Man Group, whatever it is, a concert. You have $1,000 tickets, but you realize 2 minutes down the road you left your glasses at home. Are you going to take the 2 minutes to go back to your house, get your glasses, and then go to the concert, even if you're rushing just a little bit, even if it feels like, this major ordeal? Or are you really going to go sit front row knowing you can't see? So you have $1,000 investment that you can't watch because you forgot these at home. There are too many fractured gaming communities. Like I said, I already know gaming communities that are leaving Archeage because their members are on 2 different servers. Honestly, if you pardon my French, it's just too much bullshit, okay? There's too much bullshit going on. You didn't do an alpha, you didn't do a beta. I think the community would more respect calling what we've seen a dress rehearsal and just call it now and say, guys, long term, we can already see some problems. Let's do a total reset. Let guilds form together on servers. Properly balance factions. If you are going to do restrictions, do them properly. Use the restriction tool properly. These are all the things that I would do. Do I think it's going to happen? No, probably not. Would I like to be idealistic and hope that it happens? Yes, absolutely I would. With that said, guys, like I said at the beginning of the video, I am not allowed to stream at the moment. There is a complicated issue given me as a streamer, and when you're a streamer, you're your own business. And I'm trying to do it right. I'm trying to set it up properly. But as I've been told right now by the people that advise me, stop streaming until I get my stream demonetized. This video should have had no ads on it. If it had ads, let me know. Then I'll need to talk to YouTube, but I will have put no monetization on this. It does free up a little bit of time for me. I am going to try to get to the Archeage 101 website. I didn't get a chance to work on it before I left for Orlando, because suddenly lawyers and accountants got involved in my streaming, my content creation, and that took up a ton of my time. Like I said, I'm on Kalen East. If you want help, I will do the best I can. I am going to be honest with you. Between now and Landlock, you're probably going to get short answers or referred to my website. If you need to get me in off hours, I'm on Discord. I'm Jalon #0001. And I do want to say I'm sorry to my couple of new patrons over at Patreon. Your name didn't get into the credits this time. I need to work on that. So I need to get some free time. It's been a long week. Got a lot of, like I said, lots of meetings with lots of lawyers trying to get things settled. You guys take care. Happy gaming. And to be completely honest, if you want them to do a complete hard reset and start over, make sure you're vocal about that. You guys take care. What are you still doing here? Nobody ever stays this long. This is the end screen. Well, since you're here, there's a couple other videos I think you should check out. And all those names, those are my patrons over at Patreon. I couldn't do this without them. So, big thanks to them for all their support.